Welcome back to another edition of That Range Life, a show sometimes about golf, coming to you, I would say live, but it's not a live show. It's recorded from the garage. It has been
the garage,
a minute.
as Weezer would say.
I got Kris waiting there for me. So it's good to be back. Let's just dive into our hiatus a little bit before we get to all our business. I think it's fair to say you and I have recently discussed a mutual, not just with this and golf content, we are just very unmotivated lately.
There's some kind of, I don't know if it's because of, we had that heat wave, which is brutal. We had the Canadian wildfires that wouldn't let me outside. I went so as far, I don't even think you've seen this. I shaved my head by myself because I was just so bored, stuck in the house. This is about 3 weeks worth of growth now, but just like a general malaise.
General malaise is better than being everything. And I mean, mine's part professionally related.
So is mine.
Like that has been a soul sucker.
Yeah, worse for you than it is for me. But I think it's kind of weird. Like when I say I only have to travel once a month for a couple days, I think that really upsets the whole equilibrium of things. Like I never feel settled almost. It would be better if I just went more on a consistent basis.
I don't know if it's the same thing, but I feel like that's one of those deals. And I travel much less frequently, but when I do, it's sort of like as I started getting older and why I quit playing men's league hockey, where when I just got out of college and I was doing it, I could wake up at 7 a.m, 6 a.m, whatever, after going to bed at 2.
Sure.
And I could survive the day, get a good night's sleep the next night. Fine. Now it's like even going to bed at 10 o'clock and waking up at 8 o'clock.
Right. Not enough.
I'm like, oh, God, jeez. So I feel like once the routine is thrown off, and not just like getting rested, it's just getting into a normal routine and things you enjoy, much less, as we've talked about many a time over the years, this is not our job.
Correct.
This is purely a project and effort of love and joy for fun. So when you're just trying to get back into a routine of quote-unquote survival, I hate to be that dramatic, but your day-to-day whatever...
Yeah.
Your hobbies and things that really take brain power, and believe it or not, this takes brain power, and
takes some effort.
That's even. I'm taking the effort part out of it.
Right.
Like you have to come out, you got to set it up, and believe it or not, setup for this is not easy.
Oh, if you could see behind the camera,
don't.
There's some work,
but just to get your brain clicking, and I like to think when we're in routine. Doing this on a frequent basis, we click, we get moving.
Oh,
and
yeah, for sure.
You can tell when we aren't doing this on a frequent basis because the shows just go. God knows where they go. And that's where we're going to head today, I think.
Sweet. But there is, to your point, there's a rhythm to travel and to work and to life balance and all that kind of things. And right now it's just sort of a little out of it. But I feel like what we need to do is our very best to commit to one another, Bill. That despite all the things...
I am so much more committed to you than you are to me.
That's fair. That's fair. All right, I will commit to you then.
Thank you.
Every week moving forward, we get on our schedule like we were before.
Well, hang on. I want the friendly, brotherly commitment, not the Kris is my boss and start scaring me. Okay. Because you know that version, and I don't like that one.
I haven't been like that in a long time.
No, because both of us are, like I said to you, I think, did I say to you in my text the other day, the only thing I seem to really care about, aside, from my family, whatever, are like my monarch plants in my garden.
Right,
like, when I'm like, I just got to get away from the screen, I got to step away, I just step out the side of my house and I go inspect my various butterfly plants.
I do the same thing.
This is what
balcony.
I do.
I do the same thing on the balcony. Like every once in a while, I just want to go and sit outside of the balcony and look at my baby tomatoes.
Make sure they're okay.
Right. I mean, today we moved one from inside the house to outside, and yesterday and this morning we saw it, and the thing was just leaning over the planter. It was not great.
I had, after the storms, I went out, and one of my, I would say my boldest, strongest milkweeds was just toppled over.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to get the stand back up, and thankfully they're like they're weeds in the name. They're a very resilient plant.
Yeah.
They will be fine, but I feel like it's all I have.
You got to tend to them,
That's
man.
all I have right now. My butterfly garden.
I don't know if listeners, viewers can hear the fan that's going. Just in case you hear a hum in the background, that's the fan, so we can get some air movement in the studio.
You can see it feels a lot hotter than the 82 degrees.
I mean, that doesn't measure humidity necessarily.
No, the humidity is easily 270%.
Right.
It is.
There are water droplets floating in the air.
You can taste it. Anyway, Let's get to the show. Let's not forget, everybody, orders of business, subscribe, do all those things. We appreciate that. I'm not going to give you the rundown. Just do it. But Rowback. Can I talk to you about Rowback for a second?
I'd love to.
I'm not wearing any. Are these your Rowback shorts?
These are not Rowback.
Okay, sorry.
Well, there's. I wish they were Rowback. I love my Rowback shorts. They're probably my favorite product that they make at this point. The problem is they sell out like within minutes.
Yep.
They're like Taylor Swift tickets.
Heyo.
They are tough to come by. So whenever my size and choice of the gym short, specifically the gym short, I got to jump on them.
Got to jump on them. And I got to tell you, do you remember how I said in the beginning when I got my first hoodie, I'm like, they're okay. I'd like something. Hoodie might be my favorite now. It's really growing on me. Really and I'm not one to be short of hoodies. And I recently added another hoodie I didn't need at this time of year especially.
Yeah.
But
I did the same thing in Wisconsin. Grabbed another one.
Favorite vacation spot, Wisconsin. Sand Valley ones?
I grabbed one Alito because it's the logo is amazing, but it's for my wife because it was big and like comfy and oversized. And then I got myself a Sandbox hoodie, like one of the thin T-shirt type hoodies. With their logo on it because I love that logo too.
It'd be better if they were Rowback hoodies, though. Am I right?
It's true. It's true. I will get one more, probably at least one more of the Rowbacks. I want to get a solid because I've got two patterns. I would like it just a nice solid, and then I'm going to move into the vests.
I'm not
time for me to
you know the text. I'm just not a vest guy.
It's true.
Just can't do it. I will tell you. We'll get into this after if you want to talk the Power Vest story I have. But Power Vest at the District 41 summer camp play, which musical. They did Moana, and it legitimately enjoyable and entertaining. Really enjoyed it. I'll just get into it now.
We're burying the lead on the whole Rowback spiel here.
I got a Rowback story for you. Anyway, point is, country club bro dads, painfully so at this thing.
Yeah.
And it's, 1,000,000 degrees outside. They all have their power vests on. Right. What are you doing?
Oh, yeah, no. I want one just for the golf course.
So, hey, get your Rowback vest still, but don't be the bro in the middle of July when it's 110 degrees out at the kids' musical. Stop it. All right, so anyway, I made a little bit of a trip to play golf this past weekend with the family out of town. It was a good opportunity to do it. I played with...
Wait, you didn't give them the code.
I'm getting to the Rowback story.
Oh, okay. We're still on this.
We're still
the
on
longest promo ever.
Well, what are you going to do?
Okay.
So playing at TPC Deere Run.
Yeah.
With graphic design artist and former college hockey teammate of mine, Andrew Jesernig.
Yeah.
And our other former teammate, Alex Betcher, lives out that way and said, hey, let's meet up with you. And ended up swinging by Alex Betcher's house, who was having a get-together, and meeting some random people, friends of his, whatever. And this guy's wearing a Rowback polo. And I'm like, hey, Rowback, nice. He's like, oh, my God, I love these guys. They make the best polos, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, me too. And I said I was wearing one earlier, but I was all sweaty from golfing, so I'm just in a T-shirt now. He's like, oh, man. Do you have a lot of them? I'm like, do I have a lot of them? And I just look at him, and I go, bro, never met this guy in my life.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm a Rowback ambassador. He's like, what? I go, yes, sir. And I go, I would tell you to use code ThatRangeLife15 on your first order, but you clearly have already ordered one before.
Right.
So tell a friend, ThatRangeLife15 at
15%
Rowback.com. 15% off your first order. You can be as cool as that guy. It was some hot shot at John Deere.
Probably even cooler because you paid 15% less for your stuff than he did.
That's a great point. Great point.
Yeah.
So Rowback.com, use the promo code ThatRangeLife15.
Okay.
All right, that's it. That's all I got.
Now let's start the show.
What else we got to talk about in the show?
Tell me about John Deere.
Super cool. if I texted you this already, I apologize. So I've played there a handful of times in my life.
Right.
It's a ton of fun. I broke 80 there once. It doesn't have to be the hardest course. It's not easy. I played well that day. I'm not discrediting anything to do with the golf course.
Sure.
You also recall the John Deere Classic was there 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know what. The only thing I know of with golf courses after hosting tournaments, there's usually some form of recovery making up for it. And I don't know what that means. I don't know how they do it.
Yeah, it's a good question. More water?
We did have the big storms the night before, so that added some moisture out there. But this was the most difficult I had ever seen a golf course.
Really?
Playing, not set up, playing in my life. The greens weren't fast per se because of the water, but good luck reading them. Good luck finding the right lines and thinking like, oh, they're not that fast. Well, good luck judging that still. And then the rough, I've never played a more difficult rough in my life. And then as it was drying out, you'd think, oh, it'd get a little easier because it's not so heavy. No, it just stood up more.
Right.
It was so hard to play. But I'll tell you this. The bunkers were immaculate.
Really?
So playing
of course, right.
What a difference. It's like, you play a nice ritzy country club, they usually have nicer bunkers. Yeah, you play a PGA tournament golf course, they have nicer bunkers.
Right. That's a good call. That's actually, and 2 weeks after, you still have that effect.
Yeah. And I guess I didn't think it would.
I didn't think about it.
And it kicked our asses. There were some good moments. Had a couple birdies that I felt really good about. A lot of I hit that ball really well and still ended up screwed. But what a experience that place is every single time. The food's good, the drinks are good, the course is good. The swag in the pro shop. All right, here's my one criticism.
Okay.
Finish up on a Saturday, a little later, but not too late. The place is crawling with golf bros. Crawling with them.
Yeah.
And I'm wrapping up thinking like, I want a new hybrid cover. Maybe I'll grab one here. I love this place. It'd be a good one to have in my bag. Pro shop's closed. Why are you sitting in the pro shop, the
really?
assistant pro, whoever,
at
a TPC golf course on a summer Saturday with a full tee sheet sending them home at 6 o'clock?
Yeah. Huh.
Now, maybe they know better than I do what kind of business they do, but as who was it?
I'm surprised.
I believe it was.
how hard could leave one person in the shop, right?
You think they would?
Yeah.
And Jay Armour of Sub 70 fame says to me the next day as I was telling him this story, he goes, "Isn't that what an assistant pro is for?"
Right.
Like the long hours, the misery of
you close, bro. Sorry, man.
You close on
close.
Saturday where it's slow and you'd rather go home and hang out with your friends.
Right. Right.
Of course, there was that Golf Digest article in the beginning of COVID that said the younger generation needs a better golf pro industry or whatever. So
okay.
I just know I wanted to buy a hybrid cover and I couldn't. And obviously the millions I already have will not suffice.
Right.
Let's get
any of those, any of these.
Nah, these will not work.
Yeah.
These will not suit me.
Right.
So yeah, Deere Run was sweet.
Nice.
It's fun.
I played the one and only Dubsdread.
Are you crazy?
I did, yeah. Well, it could have been much worse. It was, Adam got gave me the invite with his two buddies. I was the fourth to join. And the two guys that Adam usually plays with are good golfers, good.
Yeah.
Top 5% in the world probably. 2 to 5, handicap, whatever. And so well, we want to play from the waybacks. We want to play the Tiger tees.
Yeah, that's not a fun time there.
No, thank God one of them was horrifically hungover. So we had the votes to not do that. So we did play from the blues, which is still long.
Yeah.
And you still find a gabillion bunkers on your way around the course, but pretty good shape. Good old Dubsdread. And it's kind of fun playing with those. Well, Hackett, his buddy Hackett, and Adam are both Western Open historians. That's where they grew up.
Right.
And so they went to all those tournaments and they were talking about different shots from different tees and, the Tiger Woods shot from over there in the bunker, blah, blah, blah. So it's kind of fun to go around the course with them because they give you that sort of history. Because I didn't really watch that much of the Western Open stuff. And if I did, I wasn't as in tune as I would be today.
Yeah.
Because that was a long time ago. I will say, when I told my wife that I was playing Dubsdread, she knew the golf course because she used to go there because her mom would get like suites hookup. So she would go and watch the tournament.
I will say, I feel like everybody used to go there. And whenever someone's like, oh, you're a golfer? Do you ever play that? What's that course where the PGA used to go to? And I'm like, Dubsdread, Cog Hill. They're like,
Cog
yes.
Hill. Yeah.
I used to go to all those. I'm like, oh.
Were you talking to Zell's mom?
Yeah, I was actually.
Sounds like her.
I was. Yeah.
Yeah, and I had a minute where I did not play well for most of the day.
Well, you recall the time we played there together, we didn't have too many great things to say coming out of it.
Yeah, but I nearly broke 90 despite not really being able to get off the tee at all. But everything else was coming together. The putter's been real good. Putter's been real good this summer, Bill. Been saving me quite a bit.
I know that feeling.
Lots of up and downs to either save par or bogey. That could have been a double or worse.
The amount of 16 to like 25 footers I've made this year for bogey is so depressing.
Well, even a 20-footer to get it inside a kick-in par is like, or even a kick-in bogey, like just take that stress away is nice. But yeah, good day over there. That facility, I know everyone knows about it and everything, but man, it is just jam-packed with humans. Golf courses, the range is full, the practice green, the chipping green. It's just people everywhere.
The only thing I could think of, and I don't know, I keep banging my head into this, and it's not banging, that's
right.
But it's just not used to having that there. For those listening to the podcast, I'm sitting in front of the club rack with clubs hitting in my head. I don't know that area all too well, and I'm wondering if that's just like around here, there's 3 driving ranges you can go to.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking it's one of those 3. And I bet you down there, if you're in that region, it's like, that's the driving range.
Yeah, it's either that one, I assume, or if you like join the Ruffled Feathers deal where you get like unlimited range balls for whatever.
I always forget Ruffled Feathers is there.
Right down the street. Yeah, so you could do that too. But they don't have like the trackers. It's much more of a vibe at the Cog Hill with the music and the tracking and the whole thing.
As critical as I am of Cog Hill, they have done a great job turning that range
into a thing.
Do they still do like the food truck setup or?
I haven't seen the food. I've been there twice this summer or something.
I'm asking this like you're Adam.
Yeah, but
Adam, leave some. Don't text us. Just put it in the comments for everybody.
Right.
They used to have like a pop-up bar thing they'd fire up there, and it was awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's a cool hang, man.
I'm not going to go. Yeah, for sure.
It's a cool hang.
And you're like, oh, did you check the weather forecast for Friday? When you're doing that. And I was like, man, it's Cog Hill.
Yeah.
There's no problem out there. Well,
you're covered.
The storms would then end up coming. You probably had a problem with Cog Hill, too.
And the heat. You really couldn't escape the heat.
No, you couldn't. That picture I sent you with 2/3, 3/4 of a bucket of balls just soaked through that
nuts,
shirt.
Man. And I love the heat. I do. I enjoy the heat. But even that was like, can't do it, man.
I'd still rather have it than the, everyone's like, oh, in the winter, you're complaining. Like, you're going to be saying differently when it's 2,000 degrees out there. So I'm like, no, I'm not. I'll still take the 2,000 degrees.
Oh, yeah. Right.
10 out of 10 times.
Right.
You'll miss the seasons. No, I won't. I don't know where I'd move, though. Who are we kidding?
Yeah, we've got limited space.
Yeah.
Places, anyways, in this country that we can go.
All right, so you play any other golf stories? Because we didn't get into my golf story the last show, and I'm like, I revisited it this past week, and I really want to talk about it here with you.
Okay. No, I will just say that, and Adam knows this because I was limping around. I started a new kind of workout regimen, and they're only like 20-minute classes. They're great, but working different muscles, the lunges and upper body, lower body, the whole thing, right? Well, I think 2 days before the Dubs round, which is not flat land either, even if you're in a cart.
I was gonna ask, did you guys walk or ride?
No, we were. I'm not walking Dubs, man. No way. Anyways, when I would swing a golf club, it felt as if my hamstrings were going to explode off of my legs, like they were just going to leave.
That's pleasant.
It was, yeah. So imagine that for 18 holes. Every driver that I hit, just.
That's miserable.
God, it was rough. And I thought, like, a lot of times I would tell Adam, like, I'm going to try to walk to sort of loosen things up, like loosen my legs up a little bit, try to get them stretched, but like nothing. So I had that going for me, which was nice.
There's nothing worse. And again, that probably goes to our talking about how it's really hard to like get into a routine and out of a malaise or whatever as you get older.
Yeah.
Same thing. You're like, when I was a kid, man, just give me like 20 minutes of some activity and I'll knock out of this. Now it's like, give me 6 weeks and a bunch of Vicodin and I still won't.
I know. I needed days to recover from the first like 3-day circuit of that thing. And then, like this weekend, you can tell your story that you're waiting to, but like this weekend, I'm doing my Death by Golf weekend where I'm going to play 5 rounds, maybe 6 in 3 days, 4 days, whatever. And so, like, I'm kind of half-assing my way through the circuit this week because I don't want to experience that. I would like to enjoy playing golf.
I feel
if
like
I'm going to play that much.
I mean, I know where you're coming from, but I feel like given you have that weekend set up ahead of you, you're allowed to take a week off of the.
Yeah, but I still like it's more again routine, like staying in it, like trying to be disciplined about it. Like I wake up, I have a cup of coffee, I do my all my little online games that I play, and then.
It's funny because I know exactly what you gotta not come out.
I gotta wake up my brain, so I play.
Well, for me, it's like the daily bonuses. If I don't do it in the morning, I'll forget, and the next thing you know, I'm starting the daily bonuses all over from scratch.
Gotta play my Wordle. I gotta play Connections, which is a new New York Times game. It's in beta right now. It's very fun.
Okay.
I gotta do the mini crossword. I gotta do the big crossword. Maybe a little hurdle in there. I got to wake the brain up. I
just play Pokemon Go, Mittens,
right,
and one-shot golf. That's pretty much all I play now. And that's all right.
Still playing one-shot golf? You've been playing that for a long time.
I mean, as a one-time tournament winner, I just got to keep at it. I love it.
Oh, God.
I'm saving up all my points to get another cool prize.
I was going to say another shirt or something. Is that what you have?
I have a hoodie. And maybe a bucket hat. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see.
I was at Revolution Brewery. They have a really nice, it's camouflage, which I don't love, but it's a really good looking, really well. I tried it on. It's a good fitting bucket hat, so I might have to break down and do it.
Got 2 new bucket hats. That reminded me I have a present for you.
Oh.
It's not a bucket hat.
Okay.
But it was when I got my bucket hats. But I don't want to tell you about my bucket hats because I don't want to give away my other present. I don't feel like like I have to make a bit out of said present.
Right.
So
naturally.
But it just reminded me. I totally forgot about it. I'm glad I forgot about it so I didn't ruin a possible bit. All right. So here's my story.
Okay.
A couple Fridays ago, Thursday nights ago, I look at the Village Links of Glen Ellen tee sheet the next day, what's available, and I see there is a 6:30 slot with 2 openings. And so I grab one of them, and I say, I'm going to tee off at 6:30 and see where I can get to before my meetings and all that.
Yeah.
So I show up. Strangely, all these like teeing off way too early where I roll in like 5 seconds before tee off. I've been really on time lately, like to the point where I'm annoyed how early I am. So this is when I show up too early, and I think to myself, normally I would walk, and I go, but hey, maybe I'll get lucky. I'll play with some fast guys, and we're going to fly through this thing. So I'll get a cart. Well, I get my cart by myself, pull up to the starter, and the Village Links, when I was a kid, when I was like 10 years younger, feels like a kid now. I'm sure you can relate.
Yes, right. When you were, you're
I'd have been
already
20. I would have been 28.
Yeah,
I would have had a kid.
Yeah. Okay.
But you could get like a 5:30 tee time this time of year and tee off. Now, new super, whatever, they don't let anybody out until 6:30. And I don't know if that's to keep the course in better shape or to give maintenance a little more time. Either way, they don't, and they're very like not 6:25.
Right.
The starter said I can maybe like let people out at 6:27, but if you're basically like if the maintenance guy, the super sees you on the second green at 6:29,
right?
He's like, how did this happen?
Starter's gonna get a talking to, right?
So he's like, so like 6:27, you can tee off, and so the starter goes to me, hey, since you're by yourself, and the other guys, unsurprisingly, are 6:30 tee time, very golf bro. On a Friday.
Right.
And they're, really taking their practice routine on the putting green serious. I'm like, you guys don't need to do this. You just need to be happy you're awake right now.
Right. Right.
But, hey, to each their own. Practice get your routine going.
They're probably playing for thousands of dollars against one another.
At the Village Links of Glen Ellen. Everybody's the most prestigious betting course in the Chicagoland area. Right up there with Butler. So the guy goes, hey, if you want to hop right now, like, go off by yourself in front of these guys, you can. All right, say less.
Yeah,
so I tee off, and, speaking of this malaise, I have always said golf is a great activity because, like, no matter what I have going on, you just got to concentrate on golf, and you seem to be able to just disconnect, not think of anything else.
For sure.
Even by yourself.
Yeah.
And I could think of 2 times in my life when my brain was so painfully preoccupied and messed up, I couldn't enjoy it. I couldn't do it. It was just, I should not have been golfing. This was one of them. Yeah. 2 times in my life. And like, I can think of the other time, and like, they don't even compare. But this, like, I should not have been golfing this day. My brain was not there. So I think I shot maybe a 46 on the front. Pretty bad, especially this course for me. Yeah. Not that it's an easy course because I play there all the time. Like,
right.
It's in my blood, so it's not. It's just I can get around and better than 46 pretty easy.
Yeah.
Shoot a 46, but I finally start like railing around. I want to say the 7th hole. I might have gone like bogey on 7, but was hitting the ball okay. Par, and then I went on a string of pars on the back. It was pretty impressive. But I'm just flying. Absolutely flying in this car. And I probably hit a couple extra shots here and there too. And I end up getting around in an hour and 45 minutes. An hour and 45 minutes.
Good Lord, that is cruising.
I was like 46 on the front, maybe 40 on the back.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
When I finished, the starter sees my cart coming. Sorry, Ghost Boy.
Yeah, careful.
Sees my cart and like walks over some space. He's like, "Oh man, you're already done? Did you play all 18?" And I'm like, yeah, I did. Wow. And then people like waiting to tee off are like,
really?
See me coming off the green, and they're like, "Oh man, did you play a full 18 holes already? Were you playing by yourself?" And I was like, Jesus, who cares? But the amount of people that saw me coming off the 18th green by myself and needed to know about it, employees, players, you name it. And then all of a sudden, I'm dropping the cart off, walking over to my car. These 4 older gentlemen coming off of the 9-hole course. Did you play all 18? I go, I sure did. And they're like, wow. We were, because the 9-hole course and the 18-hole course like butt up against each other and split. Right. So the 7th on the 9-hole course is next to the 13th on the 18-hole course. The tee boxes like share a flat piece. Right. So they're like, we were on 7 when you were on 13. No I finished kidding. Right before they finished the last of those few holes.
I mean, that is impressive. I don't blame him for being a little shocked.
The celebration, I think I texted you.
You did, yeah, you did.
I swear to God,
I'm surprised they didn't put you on their shoulders.
They were going to put me on their shoulders, give me a ticker tape parade. You like Francis Ouimet just beat Varden in the Open. It was And I am not saying this as a thing. I guess I am proud of 145, but I'm sure I've done it before. Like, this is not a bragging thing.
Did you feel rushed? Or
No.
you just like your pace?
Well, to be fair, the front 9, where my head was, I felt rushed by rushing myself.
Yeah.
No, not
But you weren't
rushed by
Wesley
the
Bryan
course.
trying to like get through the round as fast as possible and running and
No,
back to the cart and things like that.
just happening.
Just playing golf and it just happened to
Yeah.
go 145. Yeah.
145. But what the big takeaway for me was the accolades and the celebration at this golf course. And, like, I swear to God, I was going to see a Facebook post about it from the Village Links.
I know,
they post like,
I'm surprised they didn't
so-and-so
take a
hit
picture.
their first hole in one, or
Right.
hole in one on 8 today, something like that.
Yeah.
I'm surprised I didn't have that. I thought for sure it'd be in the Tribune and Sun-Times the next day based on how worked up everybody was getting. Like, oh, my God.
That's awesome. Have
So-
you gone back since just to hit balls?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Have they
That was a couple
recognize you?
weeks
Like, that's the guy. Do they whisper like when you walk past, like, that's 145 right there. That's the guy.
Whoa,
145.
145's here, guys.
Yeah.
Guys, watch out. You might
Check him out.
run
Let's
you
watch
over.
Him. Let's watch him hit some balls and see what he can do.
Wow, no wonder you play so fast. He's so good.
Right, exactly.
Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll make some merch that just says like 145 on it.
Yeah.
Just a hat 145. Yeah, I like this. So that's that golf story, and it was
like it.
wild. So I came home, and I put my newly built second set of clubs in the orange bucket you see over there, where like the clean. It's just as my one
The soak bucket.
my one thrift buddy calls it the pickle bucket.
Okay, I like that.
So my, everything's dirty, needs a good washing.
Yeah.
I put them in there. It's a new set. I'm trying, but like, big time golf guys. Let's humble brag about this set a little bit. It is Adele SMS Pro irons. So those
Ooh.
are not cheap
No.
at retail. Let's take it easy here, we big time golf guy.
Right.
With the Colorado edition Adele BB&F ferrules.
Really?
So those are some primo expensive
Yeah,
ferrules
those are sick.
with Fujikura Axiom
Jesus.
graphite shafts in them. What are those? Like 125 to 175 a
Yeah.
shaft, something like that. They're not cheap.
Yeah.
So this is talk about golf bros.
It's
This
a
is
thing.
a golf guy
Yeah.
set of irons.
Yeah.
These aren't anything to shake your finger at. So throw them in the pickle bucket, whatever, go about my business, and close the garage door. And all of a sudden I hear a noise.
Oh no.
The irons slid in the bucket
Oh no.
towards
Yeah.
and
Caught the
garage door.
Yeah.
And flung them all out.
Nothing broke though.
Nothing broke, no damage. I've used them since, but this is after
Oh,
the 145,
God.
and I'm like, you
Yeah.
got to be kidding me. My new $1
Yeah, no kidding.
primo irons. Hey, Fujikura and Adele, you guys. So here's
Can
how
I-
I broke all my gear. Can you just, because I'm an idiot, send me new stuff? No.
Right.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
Yeah. Fair.
So
okay.
I went from 145 to almost crushing my
Oh my God.
beautiful new irons in the garage
Dummy.
door. Yeah. I have one more golf story for you. Have you ever played Glendale Lakes and Glendale Heights?
No, I don't think so.
You can play it for like $30.
Okay.
For $30, it's a fine course, but it's mediocre at best. Here's the way I explained it to the guys I got paired with who are tripping themselves. They're good dudes. One guy, sub 70 hat, sub 70 bag.
Oh, I got a story about sub 72.
Oh, all right.
Go
all
ahead.
right.
Go ahead.
All sub 70 irons. And so
Yeah.
I finally crack, and because we have our connection. I'm like,
Yeah.
man, you're sub 70 billboarded out. What's your story?
Yeah.
In so many words. And he's like, oh, my dad's friends with one of the owners. And I'm like, I know this world. All right. But so I'm playing with these guys. They're not great, and that's fine. Rushing right after work. At this point, I've been playing a million rounds of golf and
Yeah.
hitting balls, and I'm just going to have a good time, whatever. So I hit a drive left into some rough. It's a weird course. Oh, so I told him it's a great park, really nice park, especially at like sunset.
Yeah.
It's a mediocre at best golf course, and
Yeah.
I got a story too up there about how we almost killed a little girl. That's another story. Hit this terrible drive. these are weird fairways with weird layups. It's a par 5, so I have to lay up.
Okay.
And I now have like a 228-yard shot carrying water off the fairway, but I have to carry everything green. I'm like, what the hell? I'm just going to go for it.
Yeah.
Take out my trusty Tour Edge C722 hybrid, and no, I got to swing out of my shoes. Well, Kris, I swing out of my shoes, and I still don't know what happened. I've like tried to physically recreate the event. Like I probably need to get on some sort of like, AI modeler of some sort to figure this out.
Right.
But I swing, and you know that feeling like sometimes where, not like where the club slips out of your bottom hand, but like your top hand slips off, and it's almost like feels like your bicep snaps.
Yeah.
It's like it was a phenomenon similar to that, except it wasn't with the club. I hit the ball pretty flush, but like my front foot, so my left foot slips, pivots, I don't know what, but I go airborne.
Yes.
Like total.
Yeah.
Total flat spin. So swinging out of my shoes, flat spin, or almost like
oh my god,
like parkour barrel
like you
roll.
Lost.
So think about the physics of your swing. Especially if the foot like slips out.
Yeah, your front
and
foot.
So
left.
I had to do like a flip barrel roll thing, and I'm just like,
oh no!
I'm on the ground. Like, how did I get here? And the worst part about it was the guys I was playing with were driving away and didn't see it. It was so bad and so ridiculous.
Yes.
That I was like, someone needed to see that. I don't care if I'm the butt of that joke and it's embarrassing. And I look back.
Right.
And the group behind us was on the tee, so they could have seen it. But I feel like for what happened, if it were you and me, we would have been like, "Whoa, geez, hey, you okay?" or something,
right,
like busting chops,
right.
And there's like there was no reaction.
No, they missed
And I'm
it.
looking at my, my at the time True Links wear white shoes, and they have like grass stains on them from the whole to do
top, right?
And if you looked out to be like, is this some overweight, almost 40-year-old guy trying to play Ninja Warrior on the golf course? Like that's what it had to look like.
Where'd the ball go? In the water?
Carries.
Did it carry it?
And pin high with about 25 feet for bird.
All right, see, so it was worth it.
So that's the other thing. I'm like, where the hell did that thing just go? Because I didn't see it. Obviously, I was busy tumbling. And so I do hear the guy. So they're driving up. He's like, "Whoa, nice shot, man." And I don't know where it is.
Bill's just wiping himself off.
Yeah, I have a divot like stuck in my
you got
eyeball.
Sod on your head. Yeah.
Oh man, it was and it hurt too.
Oh my god.
But it was
so sad that I missed that.
Oh, it was.
I'm probably lucky because I probably would be deceased had I seen you helicopter.
I think I would have been so mad at you. Be like, not that you should be recording every shot I take on the golf course,
but that one of all ones.
Oh my god, I say I hit a hole in one on the same day. I would have been like, I'd rather have the footage of that flat spin or the barrel roll than the hole in one.
Just so I could see how it happened and how it ended up.
I still don't know what happened. Like I can't figure. It was unbelievable, and the fact that the shot was as incredible as it was.
Right.
And so I live to see another day. I'm waiting for somebody to go, it's a spikeless shoe. I'm like, I've played in a lot worse.
Oh, God, yeah.
This was a freak accident.
For sure.
Series of events.
Yeah, for sure.
But it was so funny.
Oh, God, you got me tearing up, man.
Yeah, it was good.
It's amazing. Well, I think we can end it on that. I'll save my sub-70 story for another time.
Damn it. Okay.
It's just a quick one. All right, I'll give you a quick one.
Yeah, I guess just do it.
At Des Plaines Golf Center of Des Plaines, as I usually go to. I've been going early morning, Saturday or Sunday morning, because it's a lot calmer. And one Saturday morning, I go in. I'm wearing my sub-70 shirt. I'm hitting my sub-70 irons, and I'm working the ball around, just kind of playing, whatever, ball striking. On my way out, gentleman stops me. He was left-handed, so we're across we're not bay to bay, but we're across the bay. But, he could see me, I could see him. And
so uncomfortable. I hate that.
Yeah. But, it's not like we're making eyes at each other, but, it's
so weird when you look at me like, why am I looking at you?
Yeah. Why can't I see your face, weirdo? Anyways, he stops me and he says, "Is that a sub-70 shirt?" I said, "It is." He's like, "Do you play their stuff?" And I said, "I do." I played, blah, 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 blah. And he's like, I'm thinking about those, but, maybe these. He's kind of going through them. He's like, I know they do the fitting. I'm like, dude, just go. It's free. Like, go hit some balls and have a drink out there at the 70, whatever, hang out. And he's like, yeah, maybe I'll do it. Do you like them? I'm like, yeah, I love them. They're great. The next weekend, see him. He's got himself a sub 70 hat. Saturday morning.
I know where you get that hat.
Yeah, and I was leaving, and I'm like, "Did you get a new hat?" He's like, "Oh, I went." He's like, "I got fitted for the 699 Pros, for the V2s." He's like, "I'm really excited. I'll get them next week." Blah blah blah. He told me Kevin fit them, and Kevin also, because Kevin is Kevin. A teacher's gonna teach no matter what. Like giving him a little mini lesson while he's getting fitted too.
Yeah.
So just spreading the good word, spreading the gospel around sub 70.
I have to tell you, other than maybe back in the day when I first had my Scotty Cameron tour putter and somebody for whatever reason happened to catch sight of it.
Yeah.
That may have been a little more, but the conversation starting that exists over sub 70 stuff, and not in a flashy way, but one, I don't know why, but because the content always does well, but it surprises me how often people know what it is, and then how much people just want to talk about it.
Yeah, there's a genuine. It is fun. There's a genuine curiosity around the brand and the clubs and the whole thing. And when I think they see guys like us playing them that can hit a golf ball a little bit, they're like, oh, maybe these aren't the Kmart knockoff blah blah blahs, right? These are dudes that play golf, obviously, and they're using these. So, yeah.
I'll give you some other sub 70 stuff I can't talk about on the show.
Right,
That's a teaser for things coming, folks.
Fair enough.
Right. That's Kris McEwen at Kris McEwen on wherever he's doing social medias these days. You just go find him. It's part of the journey.
I'm everywhere but the Twitter, basically. I'm still off Twitter. Look at me.
Stay there.
Aren't you proud?
They're all the worst.
Threads is fun. Pretty harmless.
Yeah, this fits my malaise. You know how I am with social media.
Right.
Follow me at Range Heroes. Go to dryrangeheroes.com. I forgot what's coming up on the site next week, but it's probably great. I got I've been working on some good stuff. Go check that out. And hey, rowback.com, that Range Life 15. And hey, we don't know when we'll see you, but we'll see you soon.
We're going to be back next week.
Next week.
I've committed as a friend.
As a friend.
That's right.
All right, everybody. We'll see you next time.